What's up, everyone? It's been a while since we've been in the studio. Just want to welcome you all here. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share the post. We're here, ready to rock and roll for this weekend. We got a lot of news to cover as far as the weather goes for this weekend, and we're here to bring that to you today. So, listen, people join in. Then we're going to dig right into the weather. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your Saturday. We got some snow moving into the area, and that's what we're here to talk about. And we're going to rock and roll, and we're going to talk about it. So if you're joining us this morning on the live stream, give us a shout out. Make sure you share the live stream. So we're going to get some people in here, and then we'll discuss this a little bit on what's going on, what we're seeing, and why this is going to be significant. Sometimes the algorithm takes a few minutes for it to get out and share the live, so I'm going to get out and share it myself real quick. Give me just a moment. All right. I think we got her shared. All right. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday. It's about 10:07 in the morning on this beautiful Saturday, December 13th. 23 degrees. Temperatures are going to be dropping. We got a low tonight of 3 degrees. Tomorrow, an ugly high of 16 degrees. It's going to be cold. Sunday night, looking at a low of -2 degrees. Monday, a high of 21. Going to be sunny. Low of 12 degrees on Monday night. And then things start to look a lot better after that, guys. So stay tuned. We're going to be in the 40s, maybe possibly a chance for 50 by the end of the week. So keep that in mind. So whatever's happening this weekend, it is short-lived. We have relief on the way. But most importantly, what we're going to say real quick, do us a favor, don't get stuck in the ditch. But if you do, contact us on our Storm Chaser phone. We'll have that on us here shortly, and we will go make sure that we keep you safe in this cold weather and pull you out of the ditch if necessary. I have all the tools to do so, and we'll do it for free. So make sure you share our information. I'll make a post about that as well once the snow starts flying. So what we're looking at currently is a chance of 3 inches of snow today. And a lot of people are like, today? I thought it was going to be tonight. Well, that's what I originally thought as well. But this is coming through quick, fast, and in a hurry. So let's go on and talk about the weather news we got going on today, which is quite significant. So what do we have? So currently we have a hazardous weather outlook. You can see that here. And we have a cold weather advisory in effect from this evening all the way until the 14th around 1 p.m. It is going to get dangerously cold, guys. Dangerously cold. So currently the wind chill is 11 degrees, 23 degrees, and it's overcast outside currently. So make sure you bundle up if you've got to get out. So dew point 14 degrees, which means that the snow that is going to fall is going to be a dry, fluffy snow. So keep that in mind. Scrolling down from the National Weather Service, this is where we were talking about the temperatures. Sorry, I'm dealing with a little bit of a sinus thing. So, we got snow tonight or today. generally we're seeing the main event for our snowfall somewhere between 2 and 5. That's when we're going to see probably the heaviest snowfall, and it could shift a little earlier. So we're going to kind of see what that's going to look like. So as we get on throughout today, like I said, we've already had our high temperature for today. Unfortunately, it's already down to 23. By 5 p.m., we're going to be looking around that frigid 13-degree mark. And then, like I said, we're going to get down to around 3 degrees. I had 2 on my list, so that's not too far off. Tomorrow, high of 16 degrees. It's going to be bitterly cold. It's going to be a little windy tomorrow. It's going to be a little windy today. So we're going to have that blowing and drifty snow. But we're going to have partly sunny skies tomorrow, which is going to be nice. But wind chill values could be as low as negative 15 degrees tomorrow, guys. So keep that in mind. I'm sure we have warming shelters that are out and about and ready to go. So keep that in mind. Now, what I want you to look at is, I like to look at the light at the end of the tunnel, right? So we look here, partly sunny with high near 40 degrees when we're looking at Wednesday. So once we get to Wednesday, guys, this system's going to be out of here and it's going to start to warm up. And then possibly, it says 48 degrees, rain likely on Thursday. I was looking at a possibility of us actually hitting that 50-degree mark. Let me get rid of that music. I don't know what I'm doing here. It's been a while since I've been in the studio and chatting with you guys, so I apologize for the little glitches that we have going on, but it's okay. So we're doing good. So yeah, we have rain and snow possible Thursday night, low around 19. So we have another cold front coming through, high near 35 on Friday. So we're still in the roller coaster part of the year. We've had a lot of snow. We've had a lot of things to talk about this year so far, which is actually crazy. And I say this year, and I'm not saying this winter, because winter hasn't actually started. We're in meteorological winter, but winter doesn't actually start until December 21st. So we got another, a week and a day before we're actually in winter. So if you don't like it, stick around, because I'm sure it's going to get worse. As far as the temperatures go later this year, I'm seeing a lot of cold patterns coming through with a lot of polar vortexes. I'm not going to get into the lengthy overlays with that. But the main event that we're talking about today, guys, is this little guy right here. Let me get into our regional so I can show you where this is coming from and what it's doing. So this is the biggest thing that we've been talking about, is the temperatures as this cold front comes through, and we'll show you where that's coming from on the radar here in a minute. But you can see as these temperatures just plummet throughout the day today into tonight, and then that's as far as it's loaded right now. But it's going to be absolutely brutally cold, guys. So make sure your furnace is on, make sure your furnace is working, have some extra blankets, cuddle up with a loved one, and it's going to be cold. So you'll probably see here, I clicked on total snowfall depth change. So why did I do that? I'm going to show you 2 different maps real quick, okay? So this is a total snowfall map, right? So we look at this, and it's only going to go to 11 hours right now because the model is currently regenerating and it's currently reloading. So we'll go into that a little bit deeper as this happens. But you can see this already has us in the 3-inch mark, and it's not done yet at this point. So this map earlier, when I was looking at it, it was like, oh, Huntington, 4 inches. And I was like, come on, I don't really see that. So, yeah. So then we have to look at the snow depth change. So you see how this is a little bit of a different map. It's less intense. This has us at 3 inches, okay? So this kind of pulls everything back a little bit, kind of pulls the sheets back a little bit and says, wait a minute, what's actually going to fall and hit the ground? And that has a lot to do, and we've talked about this before. I'll give somebody in the comments a minute here. If you know what I'm going to mention, say that in the comments real quick. We'll give it a second. What affects snowfall when it actually starts to come down on our accumulation and how it gets to us? And it's not moisture. Well, it's kind of moisture, but if somebody can give us the right answer there, I'll give you an applause. The answer is actually on the screen. So if you see it on there, go ahead and throw it down. Let us know what you think it is. We talked about this in our last live stream. We're going to go ahead and jump in here. It is the dew point. So if that's the guess that you had, go for it. So as you see, the dew point's up here in the negative. So this is what's pushing down towards us, right? So currently in Huntington, our dew point is 14 degrees. Our temperature's 13. Or I'm sorry, 23. Sorry, it's a little early. So as we go forward, we see that we don't recover those dew points. But later, so the dew point kind of stays where it is. So later, that's why the snowfall is going to be heavier later than it is going to be earlier, because it's going to evaporate as it hits the ground. So it's going to take some time for that snow to come through and actually penetrate to the ground. If that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense, but that's what it's going to fight. So let's take a look at the radar, see what that looks like currently. So we see we have down here, basically Howard County South. They have a winter storm warning. They're going to see about 4 to 6 inches. Yep, 4 to 6 inches down there. There's going to be a pretty good band right here. I'm going to say this is probably going to be the 6-inch band. You can see the leading cold front right here. That's what's pulling all this weather down. The concern that I have is the main boundary of this system is kind of like that right now. So, you know what I mean? So, and this is fooled us before. Is this low pressure going to have what it takes to push this snow far enough for us to actually get to that 3 inches? I'm still sticking at our 2-inch mark. I'm struggling to see that 3-inch mark. That's what I'm watching for. And like I said, it's fooled us before, guys. But, you know, if we look down here, there's not a whole lot of systems down here to generate a push for that low. We have a lot of high pressure over here in the west that's actually going to kind of push down this way. But the weather coming this way, I mean, I'm going to stick at 2 inches. They have us in 1 to 3 inches. You can see we're at that northern boundary for that snowfall. It's going to take a lot to push this up a little bit. So currently it is kind of pushing up a little bit. You can see that, but I'm still going to put us in that 2-inch mark just based off the dew points. So up here, Cass County, you're in the winter weather warning. That's up to 3 inches. We're not in that area yet. They may upgrade that depending on where that low pressure pushes. Okay. What we are in is the cold weather advisory. So you'll see that we got that scrolled down at the bottom for you. So from 1 p.m. Eastern, or tonight at midnight to 1 p.m. Eastern Sunday, and I'm assuming they're going to actually redo this as well. Dangerously cold wind chills as low as 20 below zero could cause frostbite on exposed skin as little as 30 minutes. Now, they're saying as little as 30 minutes, but with the wind that we have coming through, I'm going to say that could be as quickly as 15 minutes. So this is going to be some extremely cold weather that we have coming through. So keep that in mind. That covers the majority of the state going south. And I don't know why this shows we're in Fort Wayne. We are not. We're actually here in Huntington, which is kind of weird. Anyway, so that's what's going on. That's why I'm cautious in saying we could be in that 3-inch band. We could. It all depends on how this snowfall comes through, where the moisture lays, and everything like that. But I'm more of a realistic person, and I'm going to say we're going to see about 2 inches of the good old white stuff. So it's going to make things slick this afternoon. We're going to go out and show you the road conditions today, and we're going to be watching for those people that get stuck in the ditch. We hope you don't, but if you do, give us a call. Our number is posted inside of our page. You can find that on Huntington County Storm Chasers on Facebook. If you're watching this, you're already there. Congratulations. Thanks for coming. So we're going to go back over here to the good stuff and see if we have gotten any further here. We can go to the snow depth change. So we were here. So you see, this keeps us in the 3-inch realm. Now, that cutoff is pretty sharp to 2 to 1 to nothing, right? So that's what we're watching, where this low pressure actually bends and then throws this snow up. I'm saying this is going to be a 6-inch band right through here, just south of Indianapolis, right along through Danville, and then just south of Indy, down through Brown County, down towards Columbus, Ohio. So that's what I'm looking at there. There's going to actually be a good swath there. We'll see what happens. Now, if that pushes a little farther north, that will actually give us that 3 inches. So, but like I said, when we were looking at the radar, I'm a little optimistic about what that's looking at because I just don't see anything pushing that up high enough for it to get in there. So now we look at this map again. This is what we were talking about just a little bit ago. This shows a little bit better of that 6-inch snow band that we were talking about just south of Indianapolis. So if you're heading down that way, be careful because it's going to get nasty down there. But you can see this is pushing us towards that 4-inch area into Huntington County. So that's what I've been watching for. I'm going to say 2 inches for us right now, but just be careful out there, guys. It's going to get slick today. So going over the forecast again, keep in mind, looking at Thursday, the light at the end of the tunnel for this week, 48 with breezy and rain for Thursday. But really, guys, that's kind of the pattern that we're going to be in. We can go to the GFS. I'll kind of show you that. And now this is going to make a liar out of me here. The systems that I've been looking at, I haven't necessarily seen anything that says, hey, Brad, we have another huge snowstorm coming. We don't, that I've seen. So let's take a look at this. This goes way out, a little farther than I'd like to share. Let me make this a little bigger here. We see the high pressure coming in. But, I mean, guys, mainly, here comes a Thursday system. Might get some storms out of that. Hold on, back up. All right. Guys, you might catch me outside. How about that? We might have to go down there and see if we get any actual storms out of that. I'm going to have to go through and look at convectivity and everything like that. Not 100% sure. It's a little far out for me to really get excited on that. But storm chasing is what we love. Might get some lake effect snow showers there. Some more rain. Oh, missed the snow on that one. Like I said, this is just for fun at this point. This is a little far out. But we're going to be on the warm side of things. The jet stream's farther north. A little bit of ice, more rain. Gets cold, lake effect. And that's it, guys. So as far as systems go, nothing really crazy as far as cold or anything like that coming in the future. Let's look at the temperatures, see what the, oops, that's humidity. Let's look at the temperatures, see what the long-range temperature looks like. It's going to get cold. Then it's going to get really cold, especially down around Indianapolis. And then you see that relief starting to fight in. Here it comes, starting to feel like spring. An old man winter is going to say JK a little bit here in a minute. There we go. And then, yeah. So we're still in that roller coaster. I mean, we got temperatures going everywhere. And then it looks like it stays to our north, guys. I mean, you guys in Missouri, Illinois, Southern Indiana, Kentucky, you're going to get some really nice weather out of this. I mean, I don't know if you saw those temperatures, guys. Where'd they go? I mean, pause that. Look at that right there. Like you're mid-60s, up in Nebraska a little bit, mid-60s. We're going to stay in the 40s and 50s up here because we're cursed. But, I mean, down in the 70s. So, and that's around Christmas time. So if you were hoping for a white Christmas, I have to tell you Christmas is canceled this year. I don't think it's going to happen. It's going to be too warm. And the system's just not going to, it's just not going to happen for us, guys. So the start of actual winter looks like it's going to stay on a little bit of the warm side. The jet stream is actually pulling back up north a little bit. So it's going to take another polar vortex for us to get any actual weather that's going to come into any significance. So we'll have to pay attention to that as that happens. HRRR is finally loaded. let's go in here and see exactly what we're going to be looking at here. So this is as the snowfall is going to come through. And you can kind of see up around the lakes there. I don't know why I moved over. It's not like it's behind me. You can kind of see as this kind of curls around the end up there around Lake Michigan, you can see that lake effect snow machine kick up, and that might get us a little bit of extra snow there. Maybe not. Maybe another ½ inch. So, but the reason you see that, let's get it up through this snow system here. This is the HRRR model. This is most accurate when we're this close to a snow system. And this is the latest and greatest updated model. We'll take it all the way through Sunday because we're going to get a little bit of that lake effect. See if this confirms my suspicions. So it still has us in the 3-inch mark for most of Huntington County. I'm going to say that's probably a little closer to 2. Let's zoom in, shall we? Yeah, 3 inches. You get it farther northern Huntington County, it's still saying 3 inches all the way over to here. I'm still saying 2 inches, guys. Not a believer. So we go to the snow depth change. This is what we were talking about. This is where the difference comes from. We'll just fast forward a little bit here. Poke out here a little bit. Oh, that changed quite a bit. Confirmed. 2 inches. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. So we'll see how this lays out. Get a good live look at your radar one more time. And then we're going to get off here. I'm going to go do some gingerbread houses. And then once the snow starts flying, we'll get out of the house and see what we can do as far as road conditions for you today. I just don't see it pulling north enough for us to really get a big significant snowfall. But we'll see what happens. We can kind of see the tail end back here. Excuse me for that. Sorry. I didn't mean that. The back end over here, you can see how it's pushing down. That cold front is actually right there. It's not showing up yet, but it's pushing the tail end of this down as this is getting pushed off to the east. So we'll see what that does for us. If we do get what's up here, I mean, they're seeing some good good snow rates up here. So we'll see what happens. We will see. So if there's any changes that happen as far as winter weather advisories or anything like that, we'll keep you updated. We'll keep you updated on the road conditions later after the snow starts flying and everything like that. If you get stuck in the ditch, give us a call, but please don't get stuck in the ditch. Drive safe, drive smart, slow down, leave early. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for us here today in the studio. You'll catch us on the road here in a little while. I'm going to probably say about 2 o'clock. We'll probably get out, do a little road conditions for you, see how things are doing. Snow should be flying around that time. I thank you for joining us today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following. If you haven't yet, give us a like, give us a follow, give us a share. Get the word out. And if you'd like to advertise, we made a post about that earlier. We'd love to have you on the wall back here, or we could also get you in our QR code on the back of the Storm Raider truck. So keep that in mind. We're here for you guys. Have a great rest of your Saturday, and we'll catch you on the road. Have a good day. Bye-bye.